Let me share with you what the Space Journal has been reporting consistently between March 2024 and July 2024. In their report, they are giving frightening statistics that the Earth is wobbling, the Earth is shaking, the Earth is failing to rotate on its axis because of climate change. And if the Earth is wobbling, what does it mean for the seas? Then it means that, one, around us, the days are getting longer, the nights are getting shorter. That's the effect of climate change. And it says, therefore, the Earth has been thrown out of balance. And this is altering its spin. When it alters its spin, it means that there's going to be a problem. Then the second one is the rate of ice loss, in particular from the northern hemisphere, where we are seeing the regions in that area, the Greenland and Antarctica, losing the ice, which becomes water. And that water goes down to the seas, and the rising levels of the seas are causing a problem as a result of the global warming. Where is this water going? This water, scientifically, it is explained that it is accumulating around the equator. When it accumulates around the equator, it then causes this dislocation or disorientation of the Earth from rotating well around its axis. And that becomes a problem. As the water accumulates around the equator, it forms a bulge, it forms a stomach, and that stomach is the cause of its wobbling. Therefore, we have countries that are in that region. The countries that I think of quickly, you think of Brazil, Ecuador, you think of Indonesia, you think of Uganda, you think of Somalia, and many other countries that have got the equator running through. They are extremely sensitive on the dangers of this wobbling of the Earth, and therefore they are affected. So we therefore look at what will be the effect of this in terms of our society. Obviously, the heat waves. The heat waves that we've seen, which scientifically now are being correlated to the wildfires that we've seen in other regions of the world. And those wildfires have caused us to have poor air quality, and that means we are breathing dangerous air for wherever we are. That creates a problem. Now, then we are seeing the Earth warming up, and when it is warming up, we are getting hotter, and we shall be struck by heat waves. These are some of the scientific facts that are frightening. But there are some other social facts that we can share. For instance, we are learning that the Paris Agreement, governments agreed that they would work towards reducing global warming to less than 2 degrees of the pre-industrial period. That is, all the governments that are in the world are now focusing on that reduction. And there has been a target to say at least by 2025, we are now on the eve of 2025, and we should be seeing the governments reducing the use of fossil fuels, which are causing this global warming, which are a result of our own use of the fossil fuels. Then this issue of fossil fuels and the danger of Earth to us brings us to how do we then transcend to the next level? In other words, transition from what we are doing now. And this is inviting unions to come up to the program that has famously become known as climate justice. And climate justice was saying, let us transition in a just way. When we transition in a just way, what are we talking about? We are talking about community-based action, where the community is using geocentric scientific evidence, and most importantly, I would add, indigenous knowledge evidence for climate management and climate mitigation. That is critical. Holistically, therefore, looked at, we should have a perception of climate justice which is intertwined with humanity. Climate justice which is intertwined with ecology. Climate justice which is intertwined with the economy. We have these facets that we must address. The bullseye focus in climate justice is to focus on the cognition of those who are presently harmed by the actions most done by our developed world, which is guilty of releasing the carbon to the earth and therefore are failing to decarbonize. That is where we come in and say those who are disproportionately harmed by the actions of the developed countries and their refusal to adjust to the changes should therefore meet the expenses of the development. This is a subject that is very critical and should be addressed as we go on forward. What are some of my practical experiences? Our practical experiences are that in Zimbabwe, for example, with 120 teachers and learners who passed on as a result of a cyclone that we did not expect. And that is a rare phenomenon in a country like ours. Madam Chair, if I may want to conclude, why then is this a UN issue? We need to address this issue through adaptation, and beyond adaptation, we should also come in with the issue of social protection for the workers and decent worker gender. We definitely must have the union demanding very strongly that governments address this issue of climate change. And resources allowing, we should therefore come up with an action plan as Education International, which can be a platform for advancing our advocacy.